where he allegedly told a pal Madeleine did not scream. Within months of the search, Brueckner had been convicted of CA, but it was another year before an associate tipped off the cops about his potential link to Maddie, and his lawyers have failed to respond to requests for comment. So, according to The Sun, which has done this investigation, this proves for the first time that Christian was at a festival in April 2008 when he allegedly all but confessed to killing Maddie. Witness HB claims he told the girl, didn't scream, but credibility questions have been raised. The insurance document filled in and signed by Christian shows that he crashed his motorhome at the festival in Spain. Creepy photos show Christian at a key location of interest for Maddie investigators. In some, he is seen modeling a mask and even posing naked at the dam 35 miles away from which was searched in 2023. And sat-nav found by officers shows his pattern of movements around the site in the years after Maddie vanished. Police are in possession of a hard drive of images which are found hidden in his lair. And these photos taken in Portugal are said to be crucial in persuading investigators that Maddie died shortly after her disappearance in May 2007. Other vital information was found on a laptop handed to the police. So, cops found a Jaguar car that matched Brueckner's motor in Germany. Pictures show bottles of substances inside. Officers destroyed them without testing, but speculate that kidnapped chemicals, chloroform, or ether could have been in the haul. And in his stories, he fantasized about kidnapping a kid using ether. A metal suitcase was discovered during the police search in 2016, containing chilling photos of young girls. There was also a list of phone numbers at the abandoned factory. An address book was also found separately nearby. And he was convicted of an unconnected CA allegation within months. Masks, unlicensed guns and ammunition, children's toys and bikes were found at childless Christian's bolt hole in central Germany. There were also 75 youngsters' swimming costumes uncovered in a 100-officer search of his compound, which came after disturbing images were found on data storage buried underneath his dead dog. Oh, he's a scary guy, isn't he? So, I know periodically the Christian B story bursts into the news, and many people are skeptical. We've seen this come out periodically, but it is a fascinating story because I interviewed John Clark, who wrote the book My Search for Maddie, and he documented all of the PDFs that were in Portugal, and it was absolutely terrifying. He documented the activities of Christian B. I mean, this guy did not discriminate. He would break into a granny's house. She'd wake up in the night and he'd be stood there with a mask on, like something out of a horror movie, and he'd R-word the granny. And he was equally into kids. He did not discriminate. He was just an absolute monster. So, yeah, I got booted off the stream again myself, my own stream. Thanks, YouTube. So, I'd be interested to see what this Channel 4 program says tonight. Just from, the insight it gives into the life of Christian B. I'm not saying that Christian B has snatched Maddie. I have no idea what's happened with Maddie. I think it was David Icke was the first person that we interviewed about Madeleine McCann, and David Icke was convinced that Maddie had been snatched by a ring and that she was no longer alive. I think that was 6-7 years ago when we interviewed David about that. Put a 1 in the chat if you would like me to repost what David Icke told us, his theory of Madeleine McCann. And if you do get booted off the stream, just click the channel icon and it will get you right back on. Yeah, it's happening to us. It's happening to Kirby Summers. It all started since we started covering Virginia. And tonight, well, we've got a hell of a lineup for the rest of the day, actually. We have got, hey, Ron, heavy breathing.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'm here. This is crazy. Do you not think all of the timing of everything that's happened over the last few months is just a little bit crazy? Like everything.
It seems it's all coming together, whether it's Julia's story, whether it's Christian B, whether it's Katie Hopkins weighing in, saying it's got creepy Epstein vibes. It
Yeah.
just seems it may possibly be coming to a head somehow, even though the bloody cops keep getting authorized huge sums of money to keep it all going.
Well, this is it. They just got awarded more money, right? And it seems that this final injection of cash is what's needed to finally get some evidence. I mean, it just seems outrageous that we're back here with Christian. I'm pretty sure that I did a show where they said that there was absolutely no evidence and the charges had been like there was nothing that they could do to prosecute him. But hey, listen, if they've found this and this is the real deal, what do you think the dogs are picking up on then? The sniffer dogs.
So when this Christian B things periodically burst into the news, the media all over the world in lockstep pretty much announce, yeah, he's done it. There's new evidence. And then when all of the researchers analyze the evidence, there's nothing actually linking him properly 100% to it. I think Sonia Poulton's done a lot of excellent work on this, and she's really discredited the Christian B theory. But I do think he is a fascinating character in a sense that he needs to be looked at to shine a light on the bizarre behavior of this monster.
Oh yeah, yeah,
because
100%.
you can't pigeonhole him into any category of S offender. He was just all over the place.
There's one S that he reminds me of. Savile. The Savile offender. An opportunistic who doesn't care about anyone or age group or anything like that. He's just a horrible, twisted man.
Yeah, his the age and of his victims, there was a wide variety with Savile, as there is with Christian. But Savile was more in plain sight. Christian, some grandmother will wake up in the middle of the night and there'll just be a guy in the corner of her bedroom with a mask on who looks like the devil. And next thing she's getting R-worded.
Well, I think that just comes down to accessibility, right? Savile had access in plain sight, you know, whereas Christian had to do the more traditional breaking and entering, lurking. It's so messed up, man. It really is.
I can't believe he's about to get released.
Right? Right?
Insane, isn't it?
It's bonkers. So we just need to see what comes from this now.
Yeah.
We really do. But just, I mean, when was the anniversary of her abduction? It was like 4 days ago, 3 days ago?
Yeah, it was close. Wasn't there another vigil as well?
Possibly. Honestly, it's been 100 miles an hour this week. I need to go and double check on it all, but this is massive. And we just now need to see how speedy they're going to be with more updates on this. Because is it going to fade away and then we'll get another update in like 2-3 months and then it'll just slowly fizzle out again? There's no denying they can't take back what they've said they've found now. Okay? Like, it's not like it's a theory or anything like that. Hang on, that's my coffee arriving. They can't take back that they found this now, so something has to come from it.
Well, they're being very cryptic. They're being very cryptic about what this bombshell evidence is. That's proved to the German police, is the words that the Sun's using, that Christian has done this. So, you know, I'm very curious as to what's going to be revealed in this documentary that's coming out tonight at 9 p.m. I've got Kevin Annette coming back at 9, so I'll have to watch it after that.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to come out in this. And again, it's all just timing, innit? Anniversary, documentary, more funding, breakthrough evidence. It's just odd. Hang on 1 second. I'm just checking something, Shaun.
Yeah, so viewers, I was going to launch the T-Bone podcast tonight, probably after Kevin Annette, but that would make it about 11 p.m. And it's 3 hours long. So I'm thinking maybe while a lot of people are tuned in right now, I should release it now. So put a 1 in the chat, viewers, if you'd like me to release the 3-hour podcast with T-Bone now after this broadcast.
That's actually not a bad idea.
That'll give people a chance to watch it throughout the day here today. And I know people have been waiting for this because T-Bone was one of the first people we ever wrote about 20 years ago. All right, I'm going to reset it then. I'm going to reset it for 5 minutes time. Me and Ronald will discuss Brueckner and Maddie for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I'll unleash the T-Bone podcast. Let me just connect it to this video. Customization, redirect. Right, there we go. 1:15 p.m. 5 minutes time. So yes, if you've just tuned in, folks, it's massive headline news here in the UK. The Mail has reported disturbing hard drive found buried in McCann suspect's abandoned lair, containing clues that the 3-year-old is unalive. Disturbing clues allegedly uncovered have made prosecutors sure that Madeleine is dead. See how certain they are terming this. A bombshell cache of horrifying documents, pictures, swimming costumes, toys were uncovered at a former box-making factory he bought in 2008, a year after Maddie was last seen. Hard drive of images the police are said to have kept secret. But these images are reportedly believed to uphold investigators' long-held belief that Madeleine was unalived. And they've also found an insurance document that corroborates an informant's account that Christian B allegedly confessed to her murder in Spain in 2008. And people are interested in Christian B's backstory. There's a book by John Clark, My Search for Maddie, and it was his book that just blew my mind. That absolutely just the method of operations of Christian B. Nobody would have ever have took a child up to holiday in that part of Portugal, knowing the network of PDFs that were seeking refuge from other countries because the laws were so lax in Portugal. And it was David Icke who said to us that he believes that she was snatched into a network and that she's dead. What's John Wedge's theory? Does he believe that the network theory, or?
Well, I know he believes that Maddie's no longer here, and I honestly think he believes she ended up in the ocean, and was put out at sea. I can't remember what his theory was about who was behind it. I'm pretty sure he's sticking with the dogs, and his theory is usually the simplest one, and if the dogs picked up the smell and it was the family who had access to the car, it kind of makes this whole theory fall apart. In fact, these two theories collide and null and void each other. That's the thing.
Right.
And it almost, right, I just feel like it's another headline battle here. But why? Anyway, listen, Ron's completely spiraling, trying to figure out what's going on here. Yeah. So yeah,
what's your theory from all the people that we've interviewed then?
What's my theory? Well, I can tell you one single theory. I've got a theory for multiple outcomes. But I genuinely think that the McCann story is so much bigger than just missing Madeleine. And I don't think we'll ever really know the true extent of it all. But there's too much that we can't ignore that's been discovered from outside the traditional McCann case. And this discovery of all of these new bits of evidence, I mean, if they found hard drives that contain evidence that Maddie's no longer here, that